you, baby. I'm flying high and feeling good lately. I tell you, I'm back in the groove because of you, baby. I'm flying high and feeling good lately. I feel just like a kid who got his cool back. The people call me silly, baby, 'cause I mean that. See, they won't ever have a clue of what you do to me, what you do to me. I got to walk it with my head held high, got a real smooth stride now. Since you came dancing into my heart, got a brand new start, and I'm back in the groove because of you, baby. I'm flying high and feeling good lately. I tell you, I'm back in the groove because of you, baby. I'm flying high and feeling good lately. See, when you're really in the pocket, you don't ever wanna stop it, baby, 'cause you know it feels so good, yeah. See, when you're really in the pocket, you don't ever wanna stop it, baby, 'cause you know it feels so good, yeah. I'm back in the swiddly dum diddly dee, and I'm feeling boop 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 doop boop bee. I'm back in the swiddly diddly diddly dee, and I'm feeling do 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 do. I'm in the groove, I'm in the groove, and I'm feeling so good, 'cause you love me, baby. That's why I'm back in the groove because of you, baby. I'm flying high and feeling good lately. I tell you, I'm back in the groove because of you, baby. I'm flying high and feeling good lately.
Hi, I'm MUZE. I'm a stylist, and I've always wanted to do this. It's like in my blood. I go to the grocery store and I literally tell you, I would be the girl that would be in Trader Joe's in an evening wear, because that's who I am. So today we are doing a little bit of styling for the fall. I have all of the pieces that you need for your fall wardrobe. The knits, the button down, the jackets, the boots. I have all of that. You're gonna see a lot of red, a lot of like mustard yellow, a lot of checkered, which is what is on the runway this season. I really believe that I was meant to be in the Victorian era because I absolutely love bows and lace. So everything for me is bows and lace. If it has bows or pockets, I am that girl who would buy it. So you're going to see a lot of that in the pieces that is going to be on Katie today, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. It's the color scheme is for any color skin tone. It'll be fabulous on you. Another one of my favorite, because you remember I said earlier that I like to look edgy, sometimes edgy and sweet.
Love edgy.
I love edgy, but I still want to cover all of my aspect, all of my personality.
Yes.
So edgy and elegant is who I am.
Ooh, girl.
So that's what I do. This is really edgy, and this is going to add that elegant touch for me. And here we are again. This jacket is fire. Like, I absolutely love the checkered look, and then the pants that goes with it.
Ooh.
I love a whole suit. I don't mind wearing a suit flowered from head to toe. I think it's absolutely edgy. If you want, I'm the girl too that, you know, I just put the shirt under for you, but I would wear this with nothing under.
Ooh,
that's just who I am. I would wear this with nothing under, because you can make a suit. Yeah, you can make a suit absolutely sexy. And you know, I know some people shy away from like prints, and no, the more the merrier. Because if you have a print and then you have a solid shirt underneath and a sick shoe and bag, it works. So just try it. So let's get some styling on. So this is going to be your first piece. It's gonna look amazing. I just wrapped with Katie. The styling went well. The video went well. Everything that she tried on, she loved. The pieces worked on her body. The color coordination, everything worked well. I can't wait to work with you guys. So if you have any event coming up, whether it's black tie or just a birthday, or you're going out with your hubby, I'm here to help. Please just get in contact with me.
I used to watch BET, MTV, VH1, now I watch Tempo. Soca, Calypso, Reggae Dancehall. Don't stall, better get tuned in to the tempo. Don't have cable, they got an app. Go to your app store, download that. Whether it's tourism, cuisine, or the social scenes, if it ain't Tempo, it's a rap. Who got the Caribbean views? Tempo. It's the latest in Caribbean news. Tempo. You tryna cook Caribbean food? Tempo. You know they got the music videos too. Tempo. Who got the Caribbean views? Tempo. It's the latest in Caribbean news. Tempo. You tryna cook Caribbean food? Tempo. You know they got the music videos too. Tempo.
And it is that time of the week. It is the MUZE, where we bring you inspiring entertainment news and stories. We bring you some of the most fascinating people at the front line doing their best in their respective field. And tonight we are taking a journey in the fashion industry. The fashion industry is an extremely lucrative industry. Yet if you don't believe me, remember when Bill Gates was the richest man in the world, and then it went to Jeff Bezos, and then it went to Elon Musk? The guy, the richest man in the world, I think his name is Renault. I don't have his name in front of me, but really, the fashion mogul is the richest person in the world. And why is that? Because the fashion industry, like I said, is highly lucrative, sophisticated. The price tag on the fashion industry is $2.5 trillion globally. The industry is phenomenal. In the United States alone, consumers spent nearly $380 billion on apparel and footwear in 2017. The industry, which encompasses everything from textile and apparel brands to wholesalers, importers, and retailers, employ more than 1.8 million people in the United States. And when we talk about the fashion industry, one of those folks that are just doing her thing in a big way, she is the founder of Big City Style. Elizabeth Quilly is our guest this evening, and we're going to announce later on she's not only making her debut on the program, but we also have some good news we're going to share with you. Since the time she made her entry in the business, since that time she has had the pleasure of working with major fashion houses such as Barney's New York on Madison Avenue. There she was able to curate major client following. She took the next step with BCBG, Max Zera. She was given an opportunity to become a key holder, and that responsibility afforded her the opportunity to select pieces that deemed suitable for the flagship store located in Madison Avenue. After spending 2 years in that role, she decided to take the next adventure and set out on her own as a fashion stylist and shopper. Let's welcome to the program, folks, Elizabeth Quilly. Elizabeth, how are you?
Good, thank you.
What an incredible resume.
Great introduction, by the way. Great introduction, by the way.
Hey, you listen, Derek. I mean, if you're gonna have somebody like Elizabeth on the show, I mean, do you do it any other way than the way it should be done?
No. I think the only thing we missed was like a mega horn and maybe the Goodyear blimp, because you need the world to know, man. You know, and listen, before you get too deep, I was listening to you talk about all of Elizabeth's wonderful accolades, and I'm looking at you and I was like, wow, we so unstylish. And she's so we go next week, Elizabeth. If you come back and join us next week or any other time, we're gonna do a little better. I'm gonna have to.
I love the laid back look as well. So it's okay.
Oh my goodness!
I had to ask Anthony for half an hour to about an hour ago because I was not my best self.
So whatever. You know, people in the fashion industry always, like a disclaimer. I'm not my best self right now. So you are live and direct from the Big Apple, the big city. I got to tell you, I'm now in the Virgin Islands, but I miss New York, and I am right now. I'm going to live vicariously through you right now, Elizabeth, because you are where I hung my hat for a very long time. Yeah. New York molded and shaped me. And so the culture of New York is just, I'm what New York represents. So it's really good just talking to a homie from New York. So how you doing?
I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you.
Fantastic. So, you know, it's interesting you called, you ventured out and you founded Big City Style, right? And, you know, it's like if you're going to do something big coming from New York, you got to do it in a big way. And I'm curious to know, was it hard coming up with that brand, Big City Style?
It wasn't at all. I mean, it was kind of hard coming up with the name because I wanted a name that represent me and represent where I live now as well. So I figured Big City Style was a good stepping stone with the name. And it actually, after I put it together, I actually liked it. I had a few mulling over in my head, and that one was the one that takes the cake.
Yeah. Derek, what do you know about big city, big lights, you know? Well, what do you know about that kind of stuff, man?
Well, you know, now that I call Atlanta, Georgia, my home, big city has a little bit of a different meaning to. Now, it's still not a New York, but you know, but if you come to the South, there's not many places that you're going to visit that has the style and flair and the star power that Atlanta, Georgia does. I mean, it's there's some heavy hitters down here in fashion,
Exactly.
in music, and you name it. And it's very evident whenever you go out into certain areas. You go down to Little Five Points, you go to Virginia Highlands, certain areas, downtown Decatur, different parts of the Atlanta metro, and you see people, and whether they meant to or not, they killed it that particular day, and so it's there's something to be said. So big city style, even though it's got a New York home, it can hold
It
through
can
across the
translate
country.
anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Atlanta is it's holding its own, especially when it comes to fashion and stylists.
Yeah.
Doing big things down there as well. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Is New York, Madison Avenue, obviously, when you think of media, when you think of fashion, Madison Avenue kind of just sort of exemplifies it, represent what it's all about. And so does New York is it still reign as the fashion capital of the world, or we've lost that?
That is a very good question. I feel that sometimes, on some occasion, at certain point in time, New York do put their best foot forward when it comes to fashion, like Fashion Week, Fashion Night Out. You will actually see people that have a creative flow about their style. But for me, I feel like New York, they're very laid back.
Laid back. New York?
They're laid back.
Wait a minute, laid back.
When it comes to fashion, they're very laid back. The idea of dressing up, at least some of us, is a nice pair of jeans and a pair of heels. And for me, dressing up is a gown and stilettos, no matter what time of the day it is. So to me, it's like New Yorkers need to get back to that. I think we're putting the fashion a little bit on the side because New Yorkers are always running. So they gravitate to the things that they can move easily in. And then that becomes the everyday style. But sometimes, especially the older ones, you can see what New York used to be when you see the more mature ladies going out to dinner, going out to lunch. But the younger versions, they're more a sweat, maybe a pair of jeans. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I would like to see the jean with maybe a white shirt and like a nice jacket over. But you still look sporty, but you still look more refined. And I think we are losing that concept because our lives is going like this. And so we just gravitate to, just like with our food, we gravitate to what we can grab in our hands and run and go. And now fashion is becoming like that, like a fast pace.
Like disposable.
Yeah.
Like a disposable society.
Exactly. And it saddens me to see that.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny that you say, because I shared with you, my son has a particular affinity for the fashion industry, right? He wants to be a designer. He wants to go into the business, but he also loves music. So, obviously we've seen a number of high profile celebrity folks transition from one industry to the next. We see a lot of, ballers, if you will, doing the same thing. We've seen musicians do the same thing. And so it's interesting that for him, he has talent in both areas and he wants to pursue both. Is that unorthodox? Is that
no,
normal?
that is absolutely a possibility. It's absolutely a possibility because the music scene and the fashion scene can emerge together so very well. So he has the best of both worlds. I mean, it's not one or the other because a lot of the designers and stylists starts out with in the music scene because it goes so well together. It's meshed very well together.
So I think some of the largest styles to ever, grace, this country and the world was a merge between what they saw in music videos.
Exactly.
Be it rock, hip hop, even down to jazz.
Very was at the forefront of that genre to push fashion forward.
Mm-hmm.
So he is absolutely on the right track when it comes to that.
I see one of your fans, one of your followers. Is it Tressie Archibald? Said great interview.
That's one of my sister's friend. We know her from the time we were little girls in high school. So yeah.
All right, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So you now, after working, for the big fashion house,
mm-hmm.
you now decided to venture out and create your own fashion house. Now, I know nothing about the fashion industry. Derek looks like he's a fashionista kind of guy, but I don't know for sure. But he pretends he is a fashionista kind of guy. He's going to probably tell me. He's going to probably tell me. Orlando is going to tell me he has a fashion house. But anyway, so talk to me about at the onset. I said how lucrative the fashion industry is.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't believe me, look at the richest man in the world today.
Yeah.
He literally has bypassed all of the tech moguls in the business, right? And you see where he makes his money, and it is fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really that? I mean, is that really how lucrative of an industry that is?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's absolutely very lucrative. I mean, especially when it comes to women and fashion. We are on top of it. We are out front with it. And especially the Black folks, we put more money in fashion and entertainment than most anybody. I mean, all of the profit from fashion, half of it is, if not more of it, comes from the Black community, mm-hmm. because we feel that need to have the best and the newest, and we are always out there chasing that. So yes, fashion is very, very lucrative. It's a great business to get into, and it can push you into different genre. If you want to be an actress, that's even a stepping stone to get you to that level. So yes, absolutely, it is very lucrative, and we are the ones as Black folks that are pushing it forward more so than any other ethnicity.
Mm-hmm. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, because I'm glad, it's a beautiful segue into where are there real opportunities. I mean, obviously, you've created your own fashion house, and there's no telling where you can go, where big city mm-hmm. style can go, right? It's all about relationship, connections, knowing the insider, being an insider in the industry, right? Mm-hmm. And so I want to talk a little bit about that whole, just that environment, what it's like, but more so where and how people of color can excel in that space, Like anything else, we have challenges in multiple industries. Is the fashion industry, just give that food for thought, is the fashion industry an industry where people of color can excel and prosper? Okay, folks, this is the Muse, and our special guest this evening is Elizabeth Quilly. She is a fashion stylist. She has worked with a lot of the big fashion houses, but guess what? She branched out and she created her own, Big City Style. We'll be right back.
You know you are a hot one. We are lime, we are laugh, we are chat, we no chill, we are hot one. Temperature rise, clear vibes in this a hot one. Link up, connect, bust a sweat when you're dead from the hot one. We gonna spice it up like fire.
Hello and welcome. My name is Carolyn Howell, and I'm the executive producer of the Caribbean Food Network, the newest and the most fabulous way to eat, drink, and think. Food, fun, anything culinary, travel, tourism, you name it, we're in. Right now, I'm standing in Cookology, or at least one of the Cookologies. Cookology is a fabulous recreational and professional way to learn how to cook. And isn't that what we all want to do? Eating is how we keep going. So in a minute, I'm going to introduce you to Maria. Maria is the founder and the owner of Cookology. We're so excited about our partnership and what the Caribbean Food Network is going to do. We can't wait for you to see. So sit tight.
Hey everyone, welcome to Cookology Culinary School. This is our location in Boston Quarter. We have been here since 2019. We have another one in Dallas Town Center. We've been there since 2009. We've been in business for 13 whole years, aside from the pandemic, which I did a lot of sleeping. But here we are. If you want to look in, this is what you see when you come by Boston Quarter. It's fun. It's fun. It's potential fun. Everybody is looking to do something with their friends and family. So here's the front door. Follow the sign.
I used to watch BET, MTV, VH1, now I watch Tempo. Soca, Calypso, Reggae Dance Hall. Don't stall, better get tuned in to the tempo. Don't have cable, they got an app. Go to your app store, download that. Whether it's tourism, cuisine, or the social scenes, if it ain't Tempo, it's a rap. Who got the Caribbean views? Tempo. It's the latest in Caribbean news. Tempo. You tryna cook Caribbean food? Tempo. You know they got the music videos too. Tempo. Who got the Caribbean views? Tempo. It's the latest in Caribbean news. Tempo. You tryna cook Caribbean food? Tempo. You know they got the music videos too. Tempo.
All right, folks, welcome back. And this is the Muse. And our special guest this evening is none other than fashion stylist Elizabeth Quilly from the Big Apple, New York, where that is the center of the universe when it comes to the fashion industry. Elizabeth, we are just elated to have you on the program this evening, and we're having a great conversation. Well, folks, what you're looking at is her website. Elizabeth, why don't you take this moment to give people some idea where they can go to get more information on Big City Style on the internet?
Well, all of my everything, my bio is written on my Instagram page. So you just have to go to my Instagram page, click on bigcitystyle.net, and it will pop right up.
Okay, so you are an Instagrammer, right? That's what you're telling me. My website is old school. Facebook is old school. Twitter is old school.
I haven't given up Facebook. I'm on Facebook as well, but my company is registered on Instagram.
Okay, good. And so as we well, for the people that for the person who loves to kind of go to your website, this is it's a beautiful website. I mean, look at her. Look at her. I mean, Big City Style is New York's based fashion house. I mean, you are the real deal. I mean, you got the attitude, you got the look. I mean, seriously. I mean, look at you. Look at you. You know what I mean?
Killing it.
So, it took me a while to get there, but I'm heading straight to where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you say you're heading straight to where you're supposed to be, elaborate a little bit. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, but I just mean I am stepping into my purpose. I'm stepping into what I actually was made to be. I feel like all of us come to this with a purpose, a journey, and I'm finally on the right one that I'm supposed to be on.
If you were not doing fashion, what do you think you would be doing? If there is an option.
If I was not doing this fashion on my own, I think I would still be having something to do with fashion because that's
Okay.
just where I need to be. I literally worked as a teacher's assistant, and I tell you, I was the only teacher assistant that was running around behind 2-year-olds in stilettos. So clearly, I was not to be. This was
Right.
my purpose.
That makes sense. That makes sense. If so, let me ask you this: Is there an ideal? If there is there a person whose style you admire that if you had an opportunity to style them, you would jump on it with both feet?
Oh yes, I know. Law might kill me for saying this,
Mm-hmm.
but Zendaya is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when this girl stepped out, she stepped out in perfection from head to toe. And she dresses very feminine and very
Mm-hmm.
sweet, but always has that edge or always has a story to tell about what she's wearing. And she reminds me so much of me.
Mm-hmm.
That is who I am. I am very much a girly girl when it comes to my dressing. As I said on my website, I love lace and bows. I think I was supposed to be in the European era because it's definitely who I am. And Zendaya, her style just reminisce who I am, and I would love to work with someone like that.
Okay. Okay. Do you think they styled her well in the movie with Denzel Washington's son? What was the name of that movie? Malcolm and
Uh,
what was it?
I forgot the name. I think
Yeah.
it had to do with drug use and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. I think for the genre she was in, they style her perfectly because
Okay.
style is all about it. Style is like an art.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the purpose is for that person at the time, then her style must reflect that. Sometimes you may not feel your best in at some point in your life, and at least for me, my style reflects that. If I go out, I have ripped jeans,
Mm-hmm.
and if you see me in the street in a ripped jeans and a t-shirt, I honestly don't want to be bothered with anybody. That's
That's your,
that's my way of saying, okay, today's
Yeah.
not the best day for me.
Okay.
So you might want to step over that way. So I
Okay.
think that for Zendaya, I think they styled her pretty well for the kind of movie it was.
Yeah. Okay.
They styled her quite right for that movie.
Okay. Okay.
So before the break, I gave you food for thought, right? And a couple of weeks ago, we had your niece, Jenna Monet, on the program.
Yes, my beautiful niece.
I mean, Jenna is the real, Derek. I mean, Jenna
Gorgeous.
is just an incredible, just beautiful spirit. I knew her when they lived here, when she was obviously younger, much younger, but she has blossomed into this just beautiful, just human being.
Yeah.
And so she looks beautiful on the outside. She's beautiful on the inside. And so because I've heard stories of how, like any other industry, Elizabeth, there is that discrimination, there is that barrier, to try to for people of color to try to succeed in that business. Having a niece who has all the right everything, and it's just beautiful, and she's the total package. She looks like she'll make it. Knowing what you know about the business, and not only your niece but other young up and coming aspiring designer, stylist, buyer, entrepreneur, what advice do you give them? Give us some insight as to what's really happening in that industry.
I mean, for me, I mean, I can't speak much for Jenna, but I would say for me is just go. It's your dream. Don't let anybody stop you from getting to your dream. In every parts of your life is going to be stumbling block. It's going to be someone who wants to keep you out of your purpose. But you have to make sure that that does not hinder you from going forward. Yes, it's difficult. It's difficult in every aspect, in every work area. It's difficult. It's unfortunately there's more of a hurdle for us than it may be for most people. But if you know you have it, you have to know within yourself that this is what you want, and there's no one going to stop you from getting it. Once you have that mindset and you keep moving forward, there's nothing can stop you.
Wow. Yeah, it's you know, I just love the sound of you know, when you're in that space, fashion house, right? And as much as glamorous and flamboyant as the business is, you know, you really don't see a whole lot of people of color in the space, right? I love clothes just like anybody else. I love to look my best, be my best. And Black people we're some of the biggest consumers on the planet. Okay. We spend lots and lots of money, disposable income, on fashion. I mean, you have designers, I don't know if I want to call the name, where we're into the brand, we're into the label, right? And even after we're told, you know, they don't need for us to buy their brand, we're still buying their brand, right? You know, I'm not gonna call any names, right? But isn't that odd that a designer can speak openly about not being in support and can reject the consumer, but yet we've still gotten to buy their stuff? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, for me, I think that when a designer say that, when someone is so against you, I think that adds like fuel to you to show that person that you're wrong. And a lot of times sometimes they come around to see where their mistake was and what they should and shouldn't do, because the world is changing and our voice is being heard more so now than maybe a few years ago. So a lot of the designers now are being very careful of what they say in public. So and when they say certain things, when we take our money away, it hit their pockets. So now they have to be a little bit more cautious and a little more tolerant or friendly towards us. So we still have a long way to go, but we're slowly making progress.
I would love to see, whenever they have red carpet events and they stop the celebrities at the step and repeat and ask them who they're wearing this particular evening. It would warm my heart if every celebrity of color wore designs from designers of color. I mean, I know that's maybe a stretch, but a brother can dream.
It's not so much of a stretch. It's actually getting there.
Oh,
it's
good.
Actually getting there. It's slowly but surely getting there. There's Carlton Johnson. There is Laquan Smith. There is his name is Rambert. He was a stylist and now he's a designer. So they're slowly getting there. The young ones are coming into their own and they're coming into the industry and they're making themselves known. And a lot of the designers now, some of the step and repeats are now starting to wear Black designers outfit, because I think Regina King actually wore a Black designer, and Michelle Michelle Obama, she wears a lot of black designers.
Yes.
So we're getting there. We're slowly making ourselves known that, hey, we're here and we have talent as well. We may not be Dior, we may not be Chanel, but we have a style and we have a presence and we have the ability and the talent to put good quality clothing out there. I mean, I absolutely love Laquan Smith because his pieces he takes it outside of the box. He doesn't water it down. He doesn't make it cute, and he makes it for every woman. He makes it, his fashion screams at you. And one of my favorite designer again is Dries. Dries has this amazing ability with colors, and it's splashed all over the place, and it reminds me of the African culture. So I wear that a lot.
Okay.
So we're there, and we're coming into our own slowly but surely. And I think this year, this 2021 going into 2020, going into 2021, we really stepped into the limelight. And I'm so proud of what we have accomplished so far. And I think
is the fashion industry predominantly female or male, or is there an equal playing field?
I think there's a good amount of female and male as well. I think there's a good amount. There may not be an equal amount of female and an equal amount of male, but there's a good mix of both.
Right, because you guys have all the accessories. You got the clothes. What do we got? We got a shirt, a pants, a suit, and shoes.
A belt. We get belts.
I mean,
yeah, you know,
they're making more stuff for you guys. You have the belt, the shoes, the man purse. You have the kilt. You're getting there.
Okay.
Slowly but surely, you're getting there.
So let's take a look at some of your style, if you will, in terms of your creative style. As a stylist, here's one of your here are some images of you. Can you describe a little bit what we're looking at here?
Well, the black and white with the orange jacket and the pink shoes, that's just me. I love mixing colors. I love mixing patterns. I tell myself and I tell my family all the time, if you're going to wear black and white, how are you being creative? And fashion is all about being creative. If you're going to wear black and white, you can throw a pair of green shoes, or you can throw a red jacket over, because it's about expressing yourself. If you have black and black, to me, you're trying to, it seems like you're trying to fit in. And fashion is not about fitting in. Fashion is supposed to be in your face. It's supposed to be like an art piece. When someone looks at you, they may see a confident woman, a woman that can dress, and somebody else may see you and say, okay, she looks confident. Maybe she can cook as well. You get all of these feelings from all of the things that you wear. So for me, and what I like to do is I like to mix the high end and the not so pricey together. So I say to myself all the time, and I tell people that I speak to, I'm the girl that can eat caviar and then go to McDonald's. So that's me. I mean, I don't need to have Dior on all the time. I can have Dior on one day and Zara the next. I'm not afraid to mix the two. So the first one with the orange jacket, that's the day I was having, and then the red that I'm sitting next to. And I got to tell you guys, I honestly do not like this picture. And if you look closely to that picture, there is a noose over my head, something that looks like my head. And had I seen that, I would have never sat there.
Wow.
I did not realize that. And my sister took the picture, and when I took it home and I saw that over my head, I about lost my mind.
And here we are, feel like a bunch of idiots, showcasing that photograph, the one that you don't like.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But
my goodness. It just
taught me to pay attention to my surroundings more. But anyway, the dress that I'm wearing is by Valentino. And then my sandals is just something I bought from, I think, DSW. So there again, I mix the high end with not so high end, because that's who I am. I'm the girl who can eat caviar. I'm good. I can go to McDonald's. I'm not very comfortable in McDonald's, but I would go to McDonald's.
Right. The third image, did you deliberately take that shot to look like a mannequin? Because you look like a mannequin in a window. It like, was that deliberate?
I did. I deliberately did that. It's almost like, okay, I was trying to get a perspective from the inside looking out. And I did take that deliberately.
Okay.
Wow.
And the coat that I'm wearing is also, I think it's Margiela. And then the skirt is Calvin Klein, and then the top is Zara. So I mixed the pieces all the time.
Okay.
Now, here's a bold statement. This one is really bold. The one in the center.
Yeah.
Man, that's a bold image. Talk to me about that.
That one, I was cold and I was late.
So much depth.
I wish I could go deeper, but I had a photo shoot with this young lady in Central Park, and it was freezing that day. And I honestly was thinking about not going because I'm an island girl. I do not do well with cold, and so I was freezing and late, and so that's what happened there.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
Wow. That is incredible for sure. And over here, when we go to the final photograph here, it shows again, I was fascinated by the one that you're like a mannequin again.
Yeah.
That's not a mannequin. That's you. Isn't that correct?
That is me. And I had that day, I was feeling a sense of purpose. I was so happy to be in the skin that I was in. And I just stood there and I took the picture and I said, always bet on black. And that's how I felt. I felt like a very strong black woman, and I was happy to be that color. That at that moment, well, I'm always happy to be black, but that moment, the feeling was so strong that I needed to capture it.
Yeah.
And of course, you see where you are standing in front of the iconic skating rink at Rockefeller with the golden statue there. So yeah, I'm showing off. I'm letting you know that I'm the real deal. I know that background.
Yeah.
Look at him. He just got to show off his New Yorkness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And so while we wind down and really enjoying the conversation, there's so much we can cover, but we can't cover in one show.
Yeah.
And this is where I am. I'm honored to be able to make this announcement because, I've always loved fashion. Ever since I've been a kid, ask anybody that knows me, I've always been into fashion. And it's not surprising.
We carried so well. As black folks, we carried so absolutely well.
And I'm not surprised my son. And I'm not surprised that my son. I'm not surprised my son. He got the gene. It's like in the DNA. He's pursuing fashion. But I want to be able to share this evening, not only that tonight Elizabeth is a special guest, but going forward, Elizabeth is going to be a regular contributor to the Muse. She's going to be a regular contributor to the Muse because fashion is a huge industry. We spend a lot of money on fashion, and that's the whole just branding thing is just everything for people and what they wear and who they want to identify with. And so there's an education that has to come with that.
Yes.
We need to be able to have someone offer insight, guidance, someone in the business to kind of help navigate, right? Because we need to see more diversity, more people of color in that business. And so this program is designed to be an inspiration to our audience, our viewers. You know, we got people watching on cable TV throughout the United States, throughout the entire Caribbean, in Guyana and Suriname, and obviously streaming on the internet, right? And so therefore, it's the one industry that has been so elusive in terms of where we're going, right? The Callaloo Network, but particularly, you know, the entertainment space, whether it's movies, film, music, art, fashion, and food. It's we as a group, as a network, our brand CFN is the entertainment brand. And so having you a part of this journey, having you part on the team to be able to bring that important element of fashion to be able for us to better, you know, understand and connect the dots in that business. I just want to say thank you. Really grateful and humbly, I want to say thank you for accepting our invite to be part of the team.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for sending the invite out to me. I absolutely appreciate it.
Derek?
Your first task, Elizabeth, is going to be to style us. Because right now, this is pretty pathetic. I'm sorry. I know I keep revisiting
yes,
this.
Please. I would love to.
Because we can't listen. We can't have you on the show being all stylish and fly, and here we come looking like the Blues Brothers, Sanford and Son.
I would absolutely love to.
Yeah,
I mean, to me, you guys look amazing. So,
well, thank you.
You're too kind. You're too kind. You're too kind. You're too kind. But no. I think if we're going to create economic prosperity, if we're going to help, you know, the up and coming like Jenna, you know, and others who are aspiring to, you know, to make it in the industry, we need to be able to provide the support and guidance and the vehicle to help direct these folks in that business. And it means a lot to me personally because my son wants to do it, and so it means a lot to me.
I think each one help one. So if you know something that the other doesn't know, then you tell that person. And I think sometimes there's a lot going on in the fashion industry, and there's a lot of help, and a lot of the young people are helping, but there's still a lot of, okay, I know this and this is my information and you need to go and find your own. But if you know, then it's okay to share and let that other person know as well. It's okay because we all can shine. It doesn't need to be just one black girl in the room. It can be two, and it's okay.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So yeah, man. I am so delighted. We are growing exponentially. You know, like Derek said, you know, our team is in Atlanta, Georgia. Our team is in South Florida. Our team is in the DMV, Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. And of course, we have our footprint in the New York tri-state area. And we're just really excited to be able to work closely with someone such as yourself to be able to help overcome the barriers, right? Like the movie industry, I'm sure in the fashion industry, when people are selected for whatever, they stereotype, you know, they typecast people what they want them for, and we need to be able to overcome and break down those barriers. And so you being a part of that team will help us to be able to really come together and formulate you know, how we get that done. So real thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So Derek, any parting words for our guest this evening, who is now going to be our colleague going forward as a contributor on the program?
Well, you know, all I can honestly say is that it has been my pleasure to meet you, and I look forward to your insight on all things fashion and otherwise. Your style, I've been on your website just kind of perusing, and your style is second to none. I love the bright colors. I love the boldness of patterns. And so, you know, having you as part of the team will truly accentuate an already pretty dynamic crew of folks. So we're looking forward to it.
Before what we'll do, I want you to kind of give out some more of your contact information, but let's take a quick break. Before you go, you'll be able to provide that contact information as well. All right, so we'll be right back after the break.
Everybody know me, and welcome to the middle of the month cooking show where we cook whatever the hell you got left in your cabinets. Today, we gonna cook microwave oatmeal on the stovetop because the microwave broke. And we gonna use these ingredients. Alright, first, you get your water boiling, and then you gonna get your oatmeal, tear it open, dump it inside the pot. Now make sure you get everything out of the packet because it ain't much in there in the first damn place and you need to feed about 5 people. Stir it in. Alright, make sure you mix it up good inside the pot because you want to make sure that you ain't got no lumps. Chili powder. We're going to add chili powder because we ain't had no cinnamon. Alright, so we hope chili powder work better. Onion powder we added just because it seems stupid to put anything else in there if you was adding chili powder. Mustard. We add mustard in there for texture. Now understand that mustard does not break down when you cook it. That's the straight I ever seen. That smells disgusting. Sweet relish. We added sweet relish because we was out of sugar and we figured maybe the sweet relish would give it a little bit of a sweet taste. Next, we gonna add some hollandaise sauce to thicken it up a little bit because if you thicken it up, it'll probably stretch it and it could go a little farther. So you dump all the hollandaise powder inside the pot, get it all out, get your spoon, and you stir it up. Now, as you're stirring, you'll look and see that it looks really disgusting. It almost looks like somebody threw up in a pot, but that's okay, because when you're hungry, you'll be surprised what your ass will eat. So keep stirring and make sure that you get it nice and smoothed out. Get all the lumps out, because the last thing you want is a lump of damn hollandaise sauce and chili powder in your mouth when you're trying to eat. All right, last ingredient. We're going to add a dash of soy sauce. I don't know why we adding soy sauce, but I figured we put all this other bullshit in there. Soy sauce can't hurt. Now, all you need to do is stir it vigorously and let it simmer while all those flavors come together. And I guarantee you, when you get ready to eat this and you put a spoonful of it in your mouth, you ain't gonna never ever let your groceries run out again. Man, that looks.
That was disgusting. That was absolutely freaking disgusting.
It's the middle of the month, man. It's the middle of the month.
I think Lando's lost his mind. But anyway, Elizabeth, real quickly, give the public your contact information, where you want them to go to learn more about you.
Well, you can go to my Instagram page. It's LizzieQ99. And my information is right there. You can click on my business, www.bigcitystyle.net, and it will take you right into my website, and you'll know more about me. You can sign up for services there. You can talk to me there as well. You can send me a message if you like.
All right. Thank you so much for that. And you're going to see her, hear her on a regular basis here on the Muse. So sit tight, folks. Buckle in. It's going to be a ride. That is it for now, folks. It's a wrap. Until next week, we'll talk to you. See you soon.
Bye.
I used to watch BET, MTV, VH1, now I watch Tempo. Soca, Calypso, Reggae Dancehall. Don't stall, better get tuned in to the tempo. Don't have cable, they got an app. Go to your app store, download that. Whether it's tourism, cuisine, or the social scenes, if it ain't Tempo, it's a rap. Who got the Caribbean views? Tempo. Mr. Latest in Caribbean news? Tempo. You tryna cook Caribbean food? Tempo. You know they got the music videos too? Tempo. Who got the Caribbean views? Tempo. Mr. Latest in Caribbean news? Tempo. You tryna cook Caribbean food? Tempo. You know they got the music videos too? Tempo.